quickly mame kwa ahoma no so na yeni komo kakra emra ewo Boku ensensem ho na se ye ka Boku dia na ni nya no ye Boku omo ahensem no na otwi mu etimi ebaaye no na aban directive call se omo hwe se omo a mo ye involve nyina no aban no na se empanifo so etimi achi won na omo so etimi prosecute won Yankwa Amasuna yani Ora Emmanuel Kutin, or Executive Director the African Center for Security and Counter-Terrorism. No Emo and Komo and the Enemy. Sir, Yamajuma Kessben so.
But you may do initiative for answer.
A telephone so Edge was so. Now, it was a Samoa Koso or Boku, a handsome and in the security. What for look akra? A quick reaction or anything.
Well, then, let's make a honka say it's a very unfortunate development. Now, me feel say Mamprugu and Kusasis. Bebree mindamfo me no mokasa they don't even understand why they should be fighting.
Kessben.
But me feel say uhwe MPP aban and then Nana Akufo-Addo. There so many investments in the security architecture. Ukaya or introduce the Minister of National Security. Your National Security Advisor and Coordinator. Usha other allied agencies like Defense. There were a unit dedicated to intelligence gathering. Uba Interior, there were NIB, there was CID. With all this in place, you know, a year say government and pick intelligence, say a very big program like the installation of a parallel chief in Boku. Government could not pick that intelligence and stop it.
Kessben.
And in the junior, because there are instances we shared the bomb. Abudu and Dani cases now. There was an occasion that Abudus wanted to install a parallel yana. But government picked intelligence and stopped that. At the end of the day, they came onto a table to talk. So me, as a Northern one, and as a security analyst now, my initial statement they say, ntakwa ekosu over chieftaincy no embwa kusasifo embwa Mamprugu. The best thing they say, they have to create an avenue, come to the talking table. Now ya share the way you be papa at you.
All right. Now, Misa, in your statement, what say about a buyer? I have so much investment in the security sector. Now you can't fathom why you're in secret agents, you know, among me and intelligence. Be officer a day problem. Sir, it's a CABC, your music, your research, national security. You're just a hint, sir. As some say in the Boku and say, officer, did a problem.
I think say maybe intelligence were picked. Somebody deliberately decided not to act on it, or the security agencies knew of what was going on and acted indifferent. But at the end of the day, the historical antecedent of the Boku incident now is because of the lack of political will.
Kessben.
And innocent people are being killed. It's because of the lack of political will.
Kessben.
The livelihood of the indigenes of Boku is being killed. Me, Osha Boku, the Mamprugus marry Kusasis. The Kusasis marry Mamprugu. And Oko under the chieftaincy actor. Any chief that has been gazetted, it means that that chief has been recognized. That is the law. Unless, of course, we have an alternative. Me, as a law-abiding citizen, any ejuma me, and I'm a democracy, no. It's about the rule of law. The current is being recognized by the state. That's why the president and the government have issued a statement saying they don't recognize any parallel chief. And anybody parading himself or as such should be arrested. The government even termed that as a criminal activity. But you know, when you want to talk about issues, one faction will feel that you are talking for the other and not for the other. And to me, feel say government created this problem. And as a matter of agency, I will urge government to find an alternative or
Kessben.
ways and means of bringing these factions to talk. Because there's always it is always through dialogue that peace can come to Boku. It can never be by the barrel of the gun. As a peace builder, any Juma Miya or Debon, every Northern himself, our challenge today is not about fighting among ourselves. Our challenge today is fighting poverty. Our challenge today is about the development and the education of the girl child. Our challenge today is how we can bring development to our people. Oko Northern Region, because there's abject poverty and our people are suffering.
Kessben.
And the little resources which will be channeling to looking at the development of our people, then we are fighting about ourselves because of a so-called chieftaincy title. People say, it's about time we call a spade a spade. Now you are to your hufu. And yet the Biana and Takwa North, I had North, and I North, and state to be spending resources to resolving those things. A classical example was Dagbon. Over 15 years, look at how the entire northern region were not getting each share of the development cake until the Dagbon crisis was issued. Konde development, Ekosu and Nase Ekosu. Look at the challenge we have in the cities. Your girls need Nema run away from the villages and they are here doing kayaye. They are involved in prostitution and the unintended consequences of going back and sexually transmitted diseases. So I will call on Northerners to be honest. The elite of northern region is not a Boku case. It's not a Boku issue at all. It's about we Northerners. Those who are funding this conflict, privilege ako school no. Ne sell margin, ne toga, ne disikako. Until we should stop those things. But all in all, number 3 abai say they should show political will in resolving the Boku crisis and bringing these brothers together so that they can talk or they can disagree to agree. That's how we did it in Dagbon. We can do it in Boku.
Mr. Kuti, my Ghana for Entia Adebia say, I buy a statement say, or more may involve, or more so they could prosecute them. But here the case, Resak H say they can't act on that directive. They can't train. I was asking you.
When I appointed the regional minister and who is the chairman of Russia, and you're the president, my directive, no, so he has no business to be the regional minister. Unless, of course, government is not forthright with the people of Ghana as far as Boku is concerned. So to me, in the first place, the scheme shouldn't have happened. The government should have picked intelligence and stopped same. So if the regional minister is saying that he cannot affect the arrest of anybody, then your guess could be as good as mine. Government could equally be complicit in it. Who appoints the regional minister? It's not the president. Not president, not directive. Not who wants to mean ya. Then what are we telling us? Let's go a spade, Minia.
Yep.
From her, because we don't speak the truth, no. And the country is going backwards. The country, any baby, what did they metro? And at the end of the day, innocent people are suffering. Why should that be? Why should that be?
Okay, so you hear from this angle. Also, probably omunya intelligence, no, but obina transfer when they act on it. And the abase ne dia to ho. Now risk omo en abanse omo hwe no mo enya arrest. Yan prosecuting go for binom. Risk so reject sa order no. It is there now we call for them, especially ebia obi the information in my the econo kodu no ho no wantimi anyina so amfa anya adwuma ono de ato ho amasem wo so asi aband order aba omunya omuso muntimi nye eno so da ho eti there now we call for.
I will call for government to call a spade and call the warring factions into a talking table. I've made this suggestion all over and over again. Say, government should set up a commission, probably headed by very prominent chiefs, that both factions will respect the chief. Then they'll go to the matter. Not almost the papa to ye. Killing will not solve the problem. Now, government has to no no mean a person than the Nairi. And the Nairi is one of the most revered chiefs in the north.
Kessben.
Ako Espinobi. Now Aban say Omung Sinipo Chronis or a criminal. So into the regional minister so on to me yet because I don't know so what Aban should have done. Abana yet necessarily Ujin say the Mamprugu will sit down for their chief to be arrested.
Mm-hmm.
Just compounding the problem. What Aban should have done is stop the scheming. To the point that they couldn't stop the scheming, there's nothing Aban can do than calling the people to a roundtable discussion for dialogue. I don't know. In the parliament, what to me be now you are setting some commission of parliament. Now almost telecasting live. Invite both factions. Now we are Canadian. Now Obia who they are apostle. Because they are historical to some of these things.
Mm-hmm.
We see. Months now, no one can start. And the president they are back. How long can we continue to kill ourselves in Boku? How?
Mr. Kuti, so the awo kan nyina no o pese o magana 40 asese the di kan no na nka ho kra hia sa ban ebe use sa statement ne say omo nkoche obi a o involved because sa na iri no ko northern upper east one mo a relative a untimi mfa won sanka no now
it can happen.
Original minister so edify order
Abai nim say the nkata omudi abano enye nkata ebe ejuma to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
For the fact that Abai no stop the scheming and the scheming took place and no mean a person than one of our most revered chiefs, the Nairi, scheme this person. Oya why obefa hina wakwachi ohineno. So government should stop playing with the emotions of Ghanaians and do the right thing. Because look, the economic activity of Boku is gone. Look, the Barclays Bank in Boku, let me tell you today, was the highest performing bank in terms of cash inflow in the whole country.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Boku.
Conflict is closed down. The revenue otherwise the country was earning by way of taxes, but you know the most dangerous thing, we have made Boku ungovernable, and terrorists look for ungovernable places. So you are here, Boku could be at Waterloo in our fight against terrorism.
And now we are sure, sir, as a country, or my you hear from that angle. Sir, you hear now, sir, to draw for you to don't have a gym. Or mine, you hear from that angle. You hear free hot there.
There's always precedent. If the Boku issue go on unchecked. Otina Obisube sorry, Alcoin skin another parallel chief. What can the government do? So all these things will create insecurity. So we shouldn't create this precedent. If the government so believe that the enskinment of the new Boku Nava is an illegality, it's not up to me, Manuel Putin, to say that enskinment is right or not right. You understand? I'm too used to talk about that. I'm talking to the facts. So government must be up and doing as a matter of agency, because we are never living normal times, and we are sitting on something we don't even anticipate. And I dare say that terrorism is with us. It's just a matter of time.
Mr. Gutin, you say conflict bia because so ya na nkofo bu ma almost sponsor sa conflict no omo from sa conflict sponsors ne conflict beneficiaries that won say afi no obe hunyam say omo scarce be 2 years 3 years na omo so asa be hunyam sa nkofo no then na ye won are we ready ya try say ye be hwehwe won na omo so yetimi no maka sakra na ya bet na abusafemi na ba betena se esinkonya aka because our conflict sponsors no say ya nya omo no man deal ya definitely ye kra ye kwa.
Okay, I say me make a space on the elite from the north. Me can say we the educated ones, we are finding the trouble in Boku. Because yene kotu omufu, yene sikako, yene totu komomo, and whether you you were trying to find to figure out a term, your problem conflict profiteers.
That's right.
Out for them, they profit where conflict is, so that basa no they can hide under that to get contract somewhere to supply things. Or they'll use that as an opportunity as clan leaders or community leaders or tribal leaders to meet stakeholders. No omuji kakrawaha, omuji kakrawaha, omuji kakrawaha. As for those people, there's nothing you can do about them in that situation. It was there. But when government took a political will to resolve the Dagbon crisis, the activities of the conflict profiteers were paralyzed. So if government takes political will to resolve the Boku issue once and for all, who are these conflict profiteers? Don't vanish within. So, the government is so,
all right.
The government just needs to show political will. That is all.
Mr. Gutin, Adumre, Bienvensia, ya da se pa sa unia kasa Kessben television, Kessben is 3.3 Kumasi. Ya da se Atie for so ada wase. Therefore, Mr. Emmanuel Kutin, who is executive director at the African Center for Security and Counter-Terrorism. Na enyumre ye no ekodi enkobo.